All right, guys. Thank you for hopping on today's call. We'll just go ahead and get started here. It looks like Hazer's with us. So this Saturday, the Nighthawks are going to wrap up their regular season against the Toronto Rock, 4 o'clock in Rochester. We do have again head coach Mike Hasen on. We will begin today with Griffin, and after Griffin, we will go to our good friend Chamberlain. So, Griffin, the floor is yours.
Andrew, thank you. Coach, how are you today?
Good thanks there, Griffin. How about yourself?
Doing well. So, with this weekend having now multiple different things that need to go right for you, not just to win, but also across the league for this home game, just what are you telling your guys to help them get prepared for this matchup with the Rock?
Just to do what we've been doing the last month and change. Just worry about what we got to do and just stay focused in the moment. Like I say, we've got an opportunity, like I say, to get at home game, but it's in other guys' hands here at the end of the day. So we just got to make sure we go out the floor and we do our job. And I think that's one thing that we've talked as a group that we've been really good at during this stretch is all we've been really focusing on is just what's in front of us. And we're just going to continue to do that to make sure that we have like I say, give ourselves for an opportunity for what's next.
Have you seen a difference in the group from a year ago who was fighting just for their playoff lives and again needed extra help in that regard to now having that experience underneath their belt that can help them in this scenario and maybe calm some of those nerves?
Yeah, you know what? Maybe a bit yes and no, but like we've reached one of our goals, right? We've made the playoffs. And again, we've this year we've been good on the road. We've been good lately at home, right? So it doesn't matter, where we're going to play. We're just going to dive into the opportunity in front of us at the end of the day here. So yeah, experience helps, right? Coming off this bye week, we got to make sure we're really dialed in here because Toronto playing the night before. They're going to be loosey goosey. Sticks are going to be sharp and dialed in, so we got to make sure that we start off very well and just sort of catch up to them. I think here at the end of the day, and then do what we've been doing. That's been creating the success for us.
That led into my next question perfectly. Hasn't been an ideal year for the Rock. A lot of injuries early on, and now playing these back-to-back games to end the season. Just really, what are you going to expect from them coming off of their second game in 2 days?
Their best. Like I say, their record is not the team that they are. Again, they've dealt with a bunch of injuries, and we know when we face them, they're one of our bigger nemesis, right? So we just hate to say it again, but if we can play our game, I like our chances here going into Saturday night. But we also know that they're going to throw everything at us. Again, they don't want to see us win by any stretch of the imagination, whether it's a game, whether it's a playoff series, or whatever it is, right? So we just got to do us.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks.
Hey, Coach. Griffin brought it up a little bit. Obviously, you have that double, but for me, it brings my mindset back to the Saskatchewan game. And I know you talked a couple weeks ago about worries coming off of a bye for this team just because it hasn't been the hottest spot for your squad. Just what is the key to getting Nighthawks lacrosse, which is a quick start against a team that just played 60 minutes the last day?
Yeah, you know what? It started Tuesday. Hopefully we knocked off some of the rest. We had a really good practice, really a bunch of up and downs. So again, hopefully our sticks are a little bit sharper, but it's one of those things that, and I think hopefully the recent success and the way we've gone about it is just sort of drilled into our team's heads that if we do get off to a good start, we give ourselves a chance and go back to the San Diego after the bye a couple weeks ago, right? Like we were good. Had a bit of a lull and where they caught up, but that's what good teams do. And every game's a battle. So if we can start off well, oh, sorry. If we can start, like I say, we start on time, I like our chances. But again, it's a bit of a mindset thing as well for these guys. So they hopefully that experience that we've had and the way we've gone about our business the last month and change is just sort of it's just another day. Let's do what we do.
Right. You led a little bit into my next question. You said you guys had practice on Tuesday. Just what does practices and meetings during a bye week look like for the Nighthawks?
Bye week wise, we took it off. And again, like it is such a grind. We're at the end of the season. We are nicked and bruised. Traveling in again, it's local for some, but the guys coming in for Roch. So to stay home an extra night to get their workouts in and like I say, on their time and their home is probably a little bit more beneficial. So again, we took the week off Tuesday. We pushed ourselves pretty good just to again to make sure we're still staying sharp, and that's the one thing we've noticed with this group. If we think we're safe and we think we're good and we sort of take a step back, come the weekend we're not good. So that's not what we've done the last handful of games. That's not what we did Tuesday, and we're going to continue to push ourselves all the way through.
Last thing for me, obviously, you focus on yourselves, but one of the focuses of this defense is shutting down whoever the clear feeder or the clear runner of that offense is. When I look at this Toronto offense, though, it seems like their points leaders are from their goals. I mean, Dawick and Boucher are their two leaders. Their lefty side hasn't necessarily been what it's been in years past. Just what is the key with whatever five they send out for Toronto? What is the keys for this defense?
I think again, it's kind of like I say, as you said, I don't think there's that one key guy that we can say and point to. They're a team offense, and again, Dawick and Bushi's been recipient of like I say, they've had the numbers, I guess, for the most part, but they were recipient of good play. So if you gap on Smallsy, Smallsy's going to put the ball in net. Great shooter, right? Danny Craig on that left side as well. You give them time and space, they're going to find their opportunities. Challen Rogers as well. Like they're all good individual players and they're good team players. We just gotta again take away time and space, and that's going to be up to the entire group to make sure that, like I say, we know the personnel on the floor, understand their tendencies, and let's try to push them out of their comfort zone. Which again, we've done a good job as a group with the teams we faced. So we just got to continue to make sure we're doing that.
Thanks, Coach.
No problem. Thanks.
All right, Sam, you want to jump in here?
Thank you, sir. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Good, Sam. How about yourself?
Good, good. A couple things I have for you. You guys, of course, going to try everything to get the win. For Saturday. I said, but if you win the game, that Vancouver game, of course, will determine whether you're hosting a home game next week. You guys going to be watching the game as soon as you're done there, or what's your thought on that, please?
Yeah, problem. Sure, we've got to click on there. There's a couple hour difference, so yeah, we might catch the tail end of it, and then the opportunity exists for a Friday night game, Halifax as well. So if they happen to lose, and like I say, that gives us a bit of a window as well. I think to jump into either the 3 or 4 seed type deal as well. So yeah, we'll watch Friday night, and again, it's against Toronto as well, so we'll take our notes and yeah, but yeah, roll the dice, see what happens. Just make sure we're at our best.
Sorry, Coach. How important is it right now, and how would it be for you, everything that you guys have been through throughout the season, to be able to host a game?
Yeah, no, it'd be like I say, it's definitely on the list, and it'd be nice to again to reward the group just to have that consistency of the routine of being at home, family, friends, our fans. Yeah, it is definitely something that we want to make sure that we play our best to give ourselves that opportunity. Um, yeah, like I say, it'd be big. It would definitely be from the start of this franchise to where we are today. That in year 5, I guess it is right on the floor for 5. So it's it's a big step for this group for where we started to where we are today.
The last question I have, update on Rylan Reese. How's he doing, and what's your plans for him, please?
Yeah, no, he's doing well. He's pushing through. He's rehabbing. Won't be available for this weekend, but he's getting closer.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
No problem, Sam. Thank you.
Brendan, I think if I'm looking at this correct. Yeah, I think you're our last guy. So fire away.
All right. Thanks, Andrew. Kick up the rear. Coach, when you take a look at Connor Field's season, he's having another MVP caliber season. And I think back to the Buffalo Bills, like toward the end of the season, like you heard a lot of the other guys talk about they wanted to get the MVP for Josh Allen because they felt he deserved it and they felt that he should have had it in years past. But this, that, and the other thing, it didn't work out. Do the guys talk at all about that in terms of Connor and like that they feel like he's right up there and like he's deserving to get that and they want that for him?
You know what? No. I don't necessarily hear it personally. They're they're all worried about the team success at the end of the day here, and that's what that group is. The offensive side of things and the defensive side, they're just so unselfish. They really don't really care about those, individual stats. And yeah, it looks great. And again, I'm probably one that as well doesn't personally don't care about individual stats. Like I've never won. It's like I've always said it. When I'm old and gray, that'd be a great time to look back and say, "Hey, Dynamite, we've got a culture of wanting to win games and win championships, and we're taking those next steps." And I think that's the next step that this group wants to do all together to a man. Everybody just wants to do it together. And again, right, we've had a core since day one for the most part, pieces coming in and that. But this group really does care for each other, and I think that's the most important. They just want to reward each other on a team basis and make sure they're at their best for the team.
And speaking to that team mentality, Coates's been back for a few weeks now. One, how important is it for him to be back on the floor, and what have you seen from him since he's been back?
Yeah, it's really important for him and for us, right? Like again, he's our leader. He's just that voice of reason and that voice of focus. And he just, like I say, Mr. Serious, but he just makes sure everybody's ready at every opportunity that we have in front of ourselves. And yeah, he's it's good to see. Like, see, he's had a tough year this year, but and his game, as far as his game's concerned, he's doing a lot by voice, but still in there doing a lot by example, which is what he always done. And he's put himself in that position where he's healthy enough to be doing both again. And it's really important that he's on the floor for us because again, he's a big factor. Again, not stats, not this, that, or the other. It's just that voice and just making sure we're all dialed in. And again, that's making sure we're all dialed in as a staff as well. He just holds everybody to a different accountability level.
Over the last couple of years, we've seen Matt Gilray really emerge as one of those top transition guys in the league, and another guy who's really, I don't think people around the league talk about him as much as Taylor Jensen has really emerged as another one of those guys. You talk about the season that he's had and how quickly he's become one of those top defenders and transition guys in the league.
Yeah, no, he does. Like I say, from being a bit of from walking on, missing a handful of games and then stepping on the floor for us last year. He's just again, he came to a point that last year we couldn't take him off the floor. This year he's playing with so much confidence, and you know what? Again, it's one of those things that you gain that experience, and I think him coming to play in the Borough in the summer also helped his confidence and helped his game. He's gotten back into box mode. And yeah, he's confident and making sure he's checking guys, picking up those loose balls. And, we, again, even last year, we constantly tell him, like, if you wanted to, every single time he got the ball, he can run by everybody. He's just that fast, right? And now he understands that, he has that ability to, but he also has the stick too. And push to the goal, and if that's not there, he can find that open guy. So he's just added a different level to his game, which is again has helped us tremendously.
And Coach, last question for me, switching back to the offense, particularly we've seen a difference this year with Kyle Calais leading the offense and just his ability to be creative and get guys open in space. How valuable has he been and how he's matured into that role leading the offense?
Yeah, no, Kyle's been dynamite, and again, he's from last year to this year, it is a different level. But like I say, the building blocks started last year with that group because again, he just gives them that freedom for them to be creative, and he gives them that ability to use their voices when they see something, and that's the one thing that as a staff that we always tell the guys is, when we're doing up things, it looks great on our kitchen table when I'm using the salt, peppers, shakers, and the forks and knives and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we're not doing it. So if it doesn't work, that ability for our players to come back to us and say, "Hey, how about this little wrinkle?" And that's the beauty of what our offensive group is that they are so unselfish. B, they have that understanding that they can contribute to what's about to happen next, and Kyle gives them that freedom, and again gives them the great parameters to work with, and their experience and their skill is just taking it to a different level. So as a group, it 100% has been great.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Coach. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Oh, let's see here. All right, guys. I think that is, I think that's it. That was nice and quick. So, Hazer, appreciate your time. And thank you, everybody, for hopping on. And good luck this weekend against Toronto.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate the time.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
See
Good
ya.
luck.
Thank you, guys.